Hi there, Luann Lennox with Tequila Snobs, and today we're going to talk about the different vessels and the different glasses that you can drink tequila out of. Specifically, I'm going to talk first about the shot glass, which is a typical shot glass. You guys are all familiar with this one. I know it's kind of fluted at the top and a little more narrow at the bottom. And it's just fine to drink tequila out of. That's how often it is served to you in a restaurant. And let me just tell a little story about the name shot and where the term shot glass actually came from. It's back in the Wild Wild West, from the Wild Wild West, when oftentimes the cowboys did not have enough cash money on them to buy any of their alcohol or their whiskey or the tequila that they wanted. So they would trade an actual bullet for a small amount of tequila. And that small amount of tequila, of course, fit in a small little glass like this. So they would trade that bullet, a shot, for a drink of whiskey or a drink of tequila or a drink of their choice. And so that's where the term shot comes from. I'll have a shot of tequila, hence the name shot glass. Now there's another vessel that you've seen used, specifically with tequila, is a little bit taller one. Or they'll consider this a shooter, which, you bang it and then shoot it. And of course, if you are a true tequila snob and you're not shooting your tequila because it's good stuff and you want to savor it and think it's really yummy, you won't be shooting in this. But there's nothing wrong with this glass, especially if it's a Blanco, something that you're not going to worry about a lot of aromas, and you're not doing a lot of swirling in it. It's just perfect. This, as a matter of fact, is called a caballito. Caballito, if you're up on your Spanish, means little horse. I'm not really sure why it's called little horse, but it is a caballito, which is just fine. But as you move into your more expensive tequilas and tequilas that you're going to want to swirl and open up the body and the aroma, you're better to use something like a brandy snifter, or I love this one. This is nice and wide, real nice wide opening. So you can really swirl it. You can really get your nose in there, even if you have a big Italian nose like mine. You can get your nose in there and get lots of aroma, get lots of smells, and then you also are able to swirl the alcohol around and swirl the tequila around to see how it clings to the sides and so on, which was covered in one of my other videos. If you didn't see that, you'll want to look back. It's called pearls, or swirling for pearls. So this wider glass is really very, very perfect, or a brandy snifter is perfect if you're drinking a higher end, more expensive tequila that you want more body. And then a favorite that I see a lot of tequila connoisseurs using, it's kind of a cross between a stemmed champagne flute, which of course is much taller, or a wine goblet, which is very, very wide and holds a lot of liquor. Where this, you don't have to put too much in, but you still have enough space to be able to really, really swirl it and really, really be able to take a look and see how it's actually clinging to the sides of the glass. But the long stem is not there. This is also a very stable, solid glass. It's not too dainty, and when we're drinking tequila, we really don't think about being all dainty, so you want something that's a little more sturdy. So this was probably my favorite vessel to use while tasting the higher end tequilas. It still has, there's enough height so you're able to swirl it, and again, my nose will fit right in there to be able to really, really get a nice full body. There is one tiny exception that's really a big deal, is this particular vessel. This vessel is made of aluminum and plastic, and this is a very important vessel if you are drinking when you're going off-road. Not that you would drink and drive at the same time, by all means. Especially if you're at the top of a mountain, you should never be drinking while trying to figure out exactly where your four wheels need to go on a rock and how to maneuver those curves and hills, which is a totally another video. That has nothing to do with tequila. It just has to do with going off-road, which is something else that I do. But if you have friends that are in the car with you, or you're going on a camping trip and you're going to sleep for many, many hours after you have this tequila, before you get behind the wheel, this is a very important vessel to have because it is made of aluminum and a little bit of tin and aluminum. So more importantly, it's not glass and it's unbreakable. Interesting little side note, right? If I am making a fresh margarita, meaning just agave and lime juice and your favorite tequila, which I'm going to talk about in my next video, how to make your perfect margarita, I like this little glass. They're specifically from Mexico. It's not about swirling or anything. It'll fit just a nice ice cube or maybe 2 small cubes, and then your margarita, your fresh, some people call skinny margarita, will fit in this very well. So many, many vessels. This is my favorite. If you're swirling and tasting, or something with a very wide opening is very great, but the Caballito is very perfect and very Mexico tequila specific. So now you even know what to put your tequila in while you're drinking it. Have a beautiful day and salud.